Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I am working as DevOps engineer. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the self-hosted GitLab runners, and we are going to use the latest version of Docker Compose, and I'm going to show you how you can do the CI/CD in a specific or particular server or EC2 machine on AWS. So let's begin. So what I've done, I've already spin up this EC2 machine T3 medium uh, with Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a shell into this machine. So let's connect. And then we are going to follow some of the steps. So let me also show you the repository which I've created for you guys. And let me copy this and bring it here. So sudo hyphen I. So we are going to follow this document. What I have done, I've created this public repository for you guys and also written the README MD. So as I told you, as a prerequisite of this tutorial, we need to install Docker on our machine. So you just have to follow this document and watch the video till end. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply copy this command and I'm going to first of all install Docker. So you have to simply follow these steps. If you see this Docker shell is now available. So what we are currently doing, we are setting up the installation of Docker on this particular machine, and you can automate this to Ansible, or you can use the AWS machine user data. But I'm showing you guys to show you guys that if you follow each and every step, so what you need to do, and it is pretty much simple, but it results in a good, powerful CI/CD solution, which we need. For instance, the advantage of using this that we don't have to use Jenkins. We are going to see our console output in the GitLab CI, and we are using the self-hosted runner on the same machine which we are going to use in dev or production. So it's not going to cost us anything, as this is very lightweight, and we are able to do the CI/CD stuff. When we do the commit, the changes will be available in our code. So the next step after the installation is that let it complete. We are going to enable the Docker service as well. So once it's completed, we are going to move to the next step, which is the installation of GitLab Runner. So I've already provided the link of those documents provided by GitLab. It is quite a good, nice document they are provided. So these are the same command I've already included in my document. So you have to simply follow these and apply these. I've also done some additional stuff that or additional commands which I would like to show you, and we are going to use these commands as well, that how we are going to register, and this process is pretty much simple. So installation of Docker is completed. Let me enable the service systemctl enable Docker. So Docker is enabled. So after reboot, service is going to be available. Let me also first of all check the status of Docker as well. Systemctl status Docker. So service is up and running. Now we are going to follow the second step, which is installation of GitLab Runner. So let me copy paste this command, and also I need to show you that, for instance, if you see, if you navigate to this repository, currently I don't see the setting section because I have not logged in, or if Even if you have logged in, you make sure that you should have the right privileges. Ask your repository administrator to give you the privileges to make sure you should have the settings available. Icon, this gear icon should be available. So if I navigate to my repository, click settings, in settings, we navigate to CI/CD. So if you navigate to runner, simply expand this. So previously I've set up this runner on the machine. I'm going to remove it. We are going to set up the brand new GitLab Runner. So this is the link which I'm going to use for the configuration. So let me bring this guy here. Okay. So this command is successfully run, and now I'm going to do the simple installation, and we are going to simply first of all install this GitLab runner, copy this command and paste it. So let it paste. So this command will take about 2 or 3 minutes. So we have to wait till then. But once this done, we are going to then move to our um, configuration, or I should say the registration of GitLab Runner. Before that, we would like to, I just want to make sure that GitLab Runner status and should be enabled. So after reboot, service should be available. So once this command is completed, as I discussed with you, it will take about 2 to 4 minutes or 5 minutes, depends. So we have to wait for a while. So if you see the screen, you have to wait for a while. So let it complete. Once done, I'm going to check the status of that. So I guess these is about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So I'm going to paste this command. See the status of GitLab Runner. It is up and running. Okay, now I'm going to enable service as well. So okay, I'm going to enable this service to make sure that it should be available. Just want to make sure, even if it is available by default, that's fine. We are going to make sure that we are doing the right stuff or right commands. So we should not have any issues. So this part is done. Now we are going to move to the registration part. So it is very simple. I mean, you have to simply copy paste this command. It is now asking for the GitLab instance URL. If your GitLab is self-hosted, you have to provide this URL. For instance, it might show cloudgeeks.gitlab.com, but we are going to use our own. So navigate to this CI/CD section. As I discussed, you have to simply copy this URL and paste it here. So once this done, it's going to ask for the registration token. Simply copy this and paste it here, right? So that part is done, and I'm going to give this description. So it gives us understanding that we are using the right GitLab runner. So I'm going to call this cloudgeeks.ca GitLab runner. Okay. So tags, just leave it, press enter, and then it will ask about the executor. So this is very important. I'm going to use the shell executor here. I'm not going to use the Docker, but we are going to use Docker and Docker Compose. So let me first of all simply put this shell here, and I'm going to press enter. So everything is done with regard to the configuration. Now what I'm going to do, this part is completed, and okay, let me just refresh it, and we should be able to see our, I mean, GitLab Runner here, and you see the description we give cloudgeeks.ca GitLab Runner. So these settings is absolutely working fine. You have to use this, and that's all. What I've done, I've also disabled the shared runners as well. So by default, GitLab give you few minutes to, not just few minutes. I don't know how much minutes, but it give you their own GitLab runners. You can test that. Definitely, we want to disable it. So currently, I've disabled it for this repo because we want to use our own GitLab specific runner, as we are using the EC2 machine, and we want to deploy the stuff on that. So, okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install the Docker and Docker Compose. In fact, sorry, Docker is already installed. I'm going to use the Docker Compose version. So I'm going to use the version of Docker Compose version 1 and Docker Compose version 2 to make sure both versions are available. So simply you have to copy this command and paste it here. Either you can create a shell script or simply paste it here. I mean, it should be one-time process. So I'm going to simply copy paste this command. I'm going to put it here, and that is it. So if I show you the Docker Compose version 1, which was we are using, so this was the version. And if you want to see the Docker Compose version 2, you have to use this command. So that's it regarding the installation of Docker Compose, GitLab Runner. Now I'm going to move to the CI/CD stuff. Okay. So as I discussed, sorry, um, in this repository, I've done I've done the simple understanding for you guys, so you can put your application. And let me open this GitLab. First of all, show you this what is in it. GitLab CI YAML file is a .gitlab CI.yaml file. In this, we are going to build and deploy. So for building, we are going to use Docker Compose version 2, and we are going to first of all build our application. It's going to be simple application which in which I'm using the Nginx. So these are the simple steps. Environment, I've give it dev. You can give any environment. So it is pretty much self-explanatory. You can see that I'm first of all just for to make sure that everything is working fine. I'm going to echo this Docker and Docker Compose versions. So these are the version we have and containers. So I'm going to show you the different version of my application as well and show you the complete automated process, how it's going to be. So, and then we are going to deploy the application. So first of all, we are going to build the application, and the application project name is app, and we are going to then make this project app up and running in a daemon mode. So this part with regard to the CI/CD of GitLab CI that we are how we are going to build. So for the building purpose, we have Docker file and Docker Compose file. README I've already shown you guys, and I'm going to show you this my simple Nginx application index.html. So let me first of all cover the Docker Compose YAML file. So it is pretty much simple. In this, I'm going to use the build as well. So the Docker file is going to be a Docker file which is currently living in our present working directory. And we are going to use this Docker file image name. You can give it any names. I'm going to call this Cloud Geeks latest. Restart unless stopped. Your container, even if the machine reboots, it's going to be start, or if it stops, it's going to auto restart it. So other stuff I don't need it. I just added to just give you. I mean, if you want any environment variable or mount variables, there are a lot of options regarding Docker Compose. So this is a simple demo regarding the GitLab CI/CD process. So we should be able to deploy the stuff on single EC2 machine without any, do the lot of hard work regarding the CI/CD and configuration of Jenkins and other stuff. So I just want to make sure I should give you an understanding how simple it is going to be. You have to simply follow these steps, and is pretty much basic stuff. So we are going to use the latest version of building of application in the or building the container of our application. I'm going to use Nginx update update file. I'm going to install these packages just to give you an understanding. And this is my application index.html, and I'm going to place it here. So let me also show you simple application index.html. In this, I'm going to use this color, background color, and I'm going to show you once it is ready. And then I'm going to change the color of my application to give it a different version. And we are going to do the CI/CD stuff, and all is going to be automated. So let's begin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate to the CI/CD section of this repository. So as you see, I've already done testing previously regarding some stuff. So which I've already fixed it, and just wanna make sure that everything is fixed, and you should be able to easily deploy the my application in your account as well. So if you navigate to the pipeline section in the same repository, so you see I have the privileges. Once first of all, I'm going to show you, I'm going to run the application from this, and then I'm going to do the commit to the newer version, and you will be able to see the automated deployment of every version automatically. So let's begin. Let's deploy the application on this new EC2 machine. So simply run the pipeline, that's it. So what I'm going to show you, first of all, the build process. The build process, click on the build process, and we are going to see the deploy process. So we have two stages, build and deploy. Currently we have a failure. We have to check what is the issue with that. So let me just see where we have found the issue. Okay, we have permission denied. Okay, guys, that error is really very good. Why it is coming? Because I forget to follow my own step, which I've already mentioned in my readme MD. So let me show you that part as well. So what you need to do, simply navigate to this repository. In this repository readme MD, I've also added the permission section. So the permission is with regard to the socket of Docker Compose. So let me navigate upwards, and you will see this is the permission section. So simply you need to copy this command. I'm going to give this read and write permissions to others as well. So simply I'm going to navigate to this section, and I'm going to copy paste this command, and hopefully everything goes well. I'm going to now rerun this pipeline, and you will see the deployment of this. So previously we have this issue. So let me navigate back to this section, and in the pipelines, if I navigate back to the, you see one job is running. So which version we have? Red version. And then I'm going to follow the green version. So let it open here. I'm going to open here. Seems like everything is going well. So let's see if everything goes well. We should be able to build our application. What's gonna happen that, I mean, that shell provision is going to run the Docker Compose version 2 command in our EC2 machine here. And if I navigate to this machine, okay, do ls do docker ps-a. Okay, currently we don't have any container, but we can see Docker images. You see building of image has been completed. So we should be able to see job succeeded. You see one image has been built, and the name of that particular image I already shown you that in my um, Docker Compose, that the name is going to be Cloud Geeks latest. So we are now moving to the next step, and seems like we have an error. I mean, let me refresh it. So currently we have issue with regard to the deployment of our application. So let's see what's happened. And currently we are unable to deploy the stuff here. So I'm going to check it. So one part is completed. I've shown you what was the issue. So if I do docker ps-a, okay. So guys, I'm going to see WhatsApp, and I'm going to share with you guys. So that is pretty much normal. You should be able to see as a DevOps. You have to fix these errors, and it gives you more understanding. So guys, previously I've rerun that job. So that's why it is not, shifting from one job to another. So I have to refresh it, or I have to simply click that job. It's going to, I mean, it's now successful. If I navigate to my EC2 machine, I'm going to copy the IP address of this machine. So let's see what version we have. We should have a red version available and running. Then I'm going to change the version. So you see this version is up and running. So what I'm going to do, okay, let me first of all clone this repository, and I'm going to show you the changes, what I'm going to do. And then we are going to deploy green and yellow version. for the CI/CD. So guys, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply clone this repository on my desktop as I own this repository. So I'm eligible to make changes. Excuse me. So simply I'm going to navigate to the desktop section. I'm going to clone this repo, git clone. Okay, so yes, I have to check my privileges as well. I mean, okay, I don't have added my key. So let me add my key and I will be back in a moment. So guys, what I've done, I've added my key. So simply that's why I'm able to clone this repository via SSH. So simply I'm going to open this in VS Code, and then we are going to some of the stuff regarding the changes in our application. So this is my application. So if you see, this color is red. As I discussed, I'm going to deploy the green version of my application. So I'm going to save it. So okay, let's try to commit this, and I'm going to call this green version. And just a minute. Okay, sync changes. Okay, let it complete, and once done, let me show you the stuff regarding the automated CI/CD in the back end should be triggered. So if I navigate to the CI/CD, I should be able to see this screen version. You see automated triggering of our application, and definitely once it's completed, you see uh, it's so fast. It's going to do that because we have tiny application, and it's going to do the stuff regarding our changes. So this is how we can do the CI/CD stuff. Then I'm going to deploy the yellow version for the last time to make sure that you see this job is completed in 15 seconds. So everything works well. Now if I navigate to the EC2 machine, and if I do docker ps-a, you will see that container is up and running. You see, this is the new container with new application, so that's why it's showing us 30 seconds. And if I do docker images, you will see that particular old image with the old application. So let me again do the commit or deploy the new version of my application. I'm going to deploy this time yellow version of my application. Hopefully this is pretty much near to yellow, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to do the commits yellow version, and I'm going to do the commit. Okay, sync changes, and now I'm going to navigate to this section CI/CD pipeline. You will see that this commit is going to be available with the yellow version. So I've already done in past we have used the green version, red version, and this should be the last version. So you see yellow version is now available, and it should be deployed quickly. And if I do to the EC2 machine, if I navigate to the EC2 machine, if I do docker ps-a, you see it's now 16 seconds. So it has done the Docker Compose up -d in the daemon mode, build the application, and if I do Docker images, sorry, it should be Docker images. So you see now we have two dangling images are available. And if I navigate to this section, and you will see that our new version of application is deployed so quickly. So guys, that's it. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel, and have a nice day.